Namaste, everyone. And congratulations, you've made it through all the hard getting ready stuff, right? Now we get to start having some proper fun. So, basically, all the rest of these lessons are going to be cleaning lessons or feeding lessons. Cleaning and feeding is how nature fixes absolutely everything. And you do need to have both, just like legs. If you do cleaning without feeding, you're going to starve. And if you do feeding without cleaning, your body can't use any of it because there's too much junk in the way. So order matters, right? You want to do cleaning and then feeding. We're just going to keep cycling through cleaning and feeding as we go along. The very first lesson, you remember the very first video you watched, I had you start playing some kind of a little game to start playing with your body mind. That was actually a cleaning lesson. So maybe that'll help you start getting a friendlier feeling about the word cleaning in your head, right? It's like the cleaning stuff tends to be what feels the best, actually. The feeding stuff is, stuff you do because it's important and you value it, but it doesn't really get you off the couch. So, let's see. Cleaning and feeding. Yes. For most people, getting this started here, there's actually two videos for this lesson. We're going to have just a real short 5 or 10 minute introduction here. And then you want to watch whichever posture video relates to you, whichever activity level is in your posture rating number. Pick the demonstration that suits your mobility range, right? So in the beginning, no matter which group you're in, actually, learning how to move really feels ugh, right? I mean, when I was 20 years old, before I broke my back for the first time, I had still learned to sit down quietly and stop causing trouble, right? Like we've all been trained, or we are in training as a kid. It's like you got to sit down, you got to wait for people to be ready, you got to follow instructions, or you're going to break the machine, right? We really learned to slow it down a lot. So the thought of really becoming active again, it just makes you go, this happens even to kids. If you spend all your time sitting on your screen or lounging somewhere, you can barely sit up properly in your desk at school, you are not going to be excited about doing 20 laps around the building, right? Like if you've already learned as a young child that activity feels really good, you're good to go, okay? There's a million kinds of exercises out there and they're all probably going to feel great for you. But if you're one of the people that's learned to slow down, actually starting to move again is quite a hurdle. Okay, that's just not something you learn by following instructions. It doesn't work. It's way too much work. In nature, the key to change is playing. It's easy and it's fun. It's self-rewarding. And so then you keep doing more and more of it, right? So that's basically the gist of it here. We want to, let me move my cursor, make sure I'm not missing anything here. Oh, there we go. We want to play a few different games today. There's going to be a couple of where's your center of balance at games, and then the main game that you want to take out and start playing in your regular life, right? So just to give you a bit of an overview here before I pull in some volunteers for demonstrations, we're going to do a couple of games. We're going to do something called the Feather Bounce. Actually, the first 3 are all about getting ready. It's about figuring out what is balanced and what is not. These 2 are for everybody. This one is just for the younger kids. It's something fun that they can do more often and play with because it's going to take them a little longer to really slow down enough to catch that center of balance. Unlike the older or slower people who are going to have their hands full with these 2, and this is just too much. So, we're going to play a couple of games to see where your center of balance is. And once you find that, we're going to go again. Okay, I've done the introductions for these videos so many times I can't remember what I've been talking about or not sometimes. So we'll just leave that for when it comes up in the demonstration. But we're going to learn something called the broken back float, and that is something that feels good to do no matter what you're doing. You don't have to stress yourself out about having to do it all the time. If you're in a hurry or something's going on, maybe now's not the time to play, right? But, if it's stuff that you're normally bored with, wow, this is a great way to bring it to life. If there's stuff that you really wish you could physically enjoy doing, it's something you feel that's needful and important, and it just sucks to do, this is going to be your best friend. It's going to help you make everything start feeling good. So, right, everybody knows that athletes are doing it because it feels good, but not many people have any clue that everybody really would be an athlete if they had any idea how to get started. It's just something everybody's going to want to do. It's what's best for your health. So we're going to teach you how to float and find your center of balance and stay there no matter what you're doing. You're going to be surprised at what you learn. There's, for people that are a little more mobile, you're going to find the things that you're used to doing all the time, suddenly you don't want to do them anymore, like sitting in a chair. You'd rather sit on your knees. For others, it's like, okay, I don't have knees anymore. That's very hard for me to imagine. On the other side of the coin, you're going to notice that even though you do not look like a ballerina, it's helping you to decrease a level of pain that's just always there, and that is going to feel wonderful. This is going to feel good no matter which boat you're in. So, if you're taking this course for credit, that's about it for the introduction. If you're taking this course for credit, I'd like you to send me a short video of you practicing the broken back float. You can just give a simple demonstration. You can give a demonstration in an activity you do of some kind. It's like, well, I was going to feed the chickens, whatever your job is. And tell me a little bit in the video of what you noticed changed when you started moving in this broken back float way as you did your regular activity. That's it. And again, send it to Ange at cleaninguplady.us. See you soon.